Good morning, Bookfighters. Today is Monday, April 25th, the day after Easter. I hope you enjoyed Easter yesterday. I was away from home, so I went to the shop and bought myself this, thinking, oh, I'm going to eat the whole thing, and I ate like one strip out of it, and then it made me feel a bit sick. You didn't need to know that. This week I read 13 Little Blue Envelopes by Maureen Johnson, except for the fact that I didn't. That's right, I didn't read my book this week. I didn't start my book this week. I just had one of those weeks. You just keep putting it off. It's funny because Tuesday you go to start, and I'll start Wednesday, I'll start Thursday, and then by the time you get to like Friday, I'm like, well, I'll just hit it hard over the weekend. I'll just hit it really hard over the weekend, and by the time it gets to Saturday afternoon, you're already saying, well, okay, I'm not going to be able to read it for this week, and I don't know what it is. I guess I don't really know anything about the book other than who it was by, so it's just like I was never really excited or just enthused to read it. And it's like I've been reading other things as well. I'm still reading that Harry Potter fanfiction in little doses, and you know, and I read a bit of Azkaban. So now, last time I forgot to read my book. I said that I wasn't going to let you punish me because Katie and Sarah still hadn't done their punishment. I'm not going to say that this time, although it remains that Katie and Sarah have not done their punishment. But I'm going to say this time, yeah, you can punish me. Fair enough. So feel free to suggest your punishments in the videos this week, and I look forward to hearing them. That was a lie. That was a barefaced lie. However, Katie and Sarah, this, I feel like you're running a mockery, trying to, I don't know, escape this punishment. Because if you want me to forget it, I'm not going to. I feel like I'm going to put a deadline on it soon. Like we're going to call for a vote and put a deadline on it because it needs to be done. For the viewers of these videos who don't remember what their punishment was, it originally started off so simple for them. It was originally, they've just got to recreate a scene from Twilight. One of them was Edward. Oh, a romantically charged scene from Twilight. One of them being Edward Cullen, one of them being Bella Swan, and that was it. They would have just said some lines, uploaded the thing. Then one of them needed to do a punishment again, and the fact that they hadn't done it for ages, so now there's cosplay involved. And one of the reasons I'm pushing this, it's not just because you've got to uphold the rules of the project. It's because I feel like this has potential to be one of my favourite things that I've ever seen on YouTube. So yes, that must be done. And in your videos, I want to hear that there's been progress or... So next week, I am going to read 13 Little Blue Envelopes. I'm going to read it this time, definitely. I'm going to start it tomorrow. Questions. There's a lot of questions. Forgive me if I've missed one. Please remind me if I have. But these are the ones that I think that there are. So Katie asked about what characters we relate to. And I always find this kind of odd. I don't think there is one character that I just think, yeah, I can really relate to him. In a sense that, like, I can relate to him because he's like me or I've been through that kind of thing. I mean, certainly there are instances, but not really like a whole character, but like, you know, certain decisions that a character makes. And a character can be like relatable in one sense and completely not in another sense, and I don't think it's a cut and dry thing. I don't think it's either a relatable character or not. I don't know what I'm trying to say, so I hope you take something from those thoughts. Sarah asked about if my favourite characters have similar qualities. And I have to say, the main quality that my favourite characters all have is a kind of badassery. I like a character to be better than everyone else. I love those type of characters. I love the type of characters that shoot and never miss. That walk into a room and you know they could fuck shit up in a badass way and not a, like, oh, he always fucks shit up kind of way. Elizabeth Salander from the Millennium Trilogy. Katniss Everdeen was a badass. Snape. Katie also asked about imagining, when you read, how do you imagine the scene? And she said she doesn't really do it like a play. And I find I probably don't do that, but I always do afterwards. If I'm like, because obviously I always like think then about what I've read when I go on and do something else. And if I'm thinking about it, I can kind of see where things play out. Watching Game of Thrones now, the HBO series, I'm watching it and I can see how things played out in my mind, and there's a real kind of direct parallel there. So whereas I feel I don't do that when I'm actually reading it, I feel like that is something that happens anyway, even if it is kind of after I've read the book. And Sarah also asked about doing the thing where we pick a book for each other again. Yes, absolutely, let's do that. Lauren, because you're tomorrow, I nominate you. We pick some names out of hats and pick us into an order, and we shall sort that out either next week or the week after. Or I even think we might have an order somewhere. I don't know, but if we don't have an order, Lauren. Oh, also, Lauren, sorry to hear about your camera. You looked seriously pissed off in that video, and I would be too. Okay, that was all from me this week. I have no questions. If I've missed any questions, feel free to let me know. Sarah and Katie, get on with that punishment. Book fighters, feel free to suggest punishment, and suggest punishments in the comments if you are not a book fighter. I think that's all. Goodbye.